Today, my friends, I have a list of 100 things you should buy to make your retirement even better. I would suggest buying a lot of these things before you retire simply because the psychology of money, a lot of people have a hard time spending money after the money stops coming in and then retirement is just going out. But if you don't get them all done or if you've already retired, you might find some things on this list that will make your life better and you make your retirement better. I've seen a few people make this list, but usually it's the 5 things you should buy before retirement. So I've got a category. I've got 9 different categories with about 10 things in each category. So let's just get into it right now. The first category is home and comfort. That's why I have my house in the background, because I'm so clever like that. The first one is a comfy mattress. Pretty self-explanatory. The second one is a adjustable bed. As we get older, acid reflux and snoring could be problems for us or for our spouses. So getting an adjustable bed and a comfy mattress could be 2 things that'll make you sleep better and make your spouse happier as well. Get a good recliner for watching TV and or a good ergonomic office chair if you're still sitting in the office doing paperwork or making YouTube videos and that sort of thing. As we get older, our back will appreciate those things. If you've got old appliances in your house, it's a good time before you retire to upgrade those appliances, get energy efficient appliances or just ones that you like even more, because you're going to be spending more time at home, you're going to spend more time cooking, and it's nice to have nice stuff. Get a smart thermostat. It'll save you money on your heating and cooling bills because it learns kind of your habits. Also, it's nice to just change the temperature from your phone so you don't have to get up, or if you're out of town or if you're traveling, you can monitor humidity levels in your house. You'll love having a smart thermostat if you're a traveler. You can regulate the temperature and watch humidity levels, especially if you live somewhere like Florida that's a humid place. Also, a home security system is good to have. You can see on your phone the cameras. Like I say again, if you're out of town or if one spouse is home and the other one is out traveling, you can feel safer. And just for peace of mind in this day and age, a home security system is a good one to have. Get a robot vacuum. Make your life easier. Let it clean up and vacuum the house so you don't have to. They're nice. It's a nice little thing to watch it. You can give it a name and watch it zoom around the house and keep your floors clean. Some people may benefit from an air purifier. I'm starting to get more allergies as I'm getting older. And this house, we leave the windows and the doors open all the time. So I don't think an air purifier would do us very much good. But if you live somewhere where you run the AC or the heat all the time, getting an air purifier might help keep some of the allergies down. Depending on where you live, also a backup generator might be a good thing. We definitely need one at our house in Puerto Rico. But if you live somewhere where the power goes out a lot, or if you just worry about power grid outages and that sort of thing, not necessarily like a prepper, but a backup generator could give you peace of mind as well, especially like for us in this house, our water comes from a well. So if the power goes out, we don't have any water either. So a generator would be a good thing for that, or solar panels. Make sure you have fire extinguishers. I also just bought fire blankets and I keep them under the sink in all my houses. You know, you never know, as we get older, you could forget that you've got eggs cooking on the stove or that you're boiling a pot of water. So just keep those safety equipment in the kitchen as well. Motion sensor outdoor lights are another one that goes kind of, I should have put this one with the security system, but I didn't, and it ended up later on my list. Anyways, motion sensor lights. Also, I have a super long driveway. I want to get a motion sensor activated. If somebody crosses the plane of my driveway, that it'll like ring a doorbell in the house so I know somebody's crossed my driveway plane. So that and motion sensor lights keeps the riffraff away. It's a good deterrent. I think if people are snooping around and the light clicks on, they're likely to turn around and go the other way. Smoke detectors and carbon monoxide detectors for the same reason as the fire extinguishers and the fire blankets. Just be safe, you never know. Maybe think about upgrading them. Some of the older ones don't have some of the same technology. Now you can get the carbon monoxide and the smoke detector in one unit, and then you could just have one thing on the ceiling. Look into weatherproofing your house a little bit better, windows and doors. I know I have some of my rental properties that have gaps around some of the doors and things, and so get some weather stripping is an easy one to reduce your power bills and make your house more efficient. It might be time to look at your bathroom and do some upgrades in your bathroom. Look at getting some non-stick things for the tub and when you get out of the tub. And then another one you might want to add are some grab bars around the toilet and or the tub, depending on what age you're going to be retiring. Those things, you might as well safety proof your bathroom before you need it, because then you can do do those repairs or upgrades yourself. As you get a little bit older, you might have to pay somebody to do them, and it's going to cost more money also. Make sure you have a good first aid kit in your house, because as we get older, we're a little bit more accident prone and we cut and we bleed. Things make us bleed more than when we were younger. So make sure you have a good first aid kit in the house if you don't have one. Hydrogen peroxide also, maybe some rubbing alcohol, just for those instances around the house where you might be able to patch yourself up. A lot of people maybe just have Band-Aids, but not like a good first aid kit. And the last one in the home and comfort category, and then I can get out of the sun and go into the shade, is, like I talked about, good tools for the kitchen. Get good tools also. Maybe you want to upgrade your power drill or your saws or your ladder. Make sure your ladder is safe. So make sure all your tools are safe. And if you're looking at upgrading, get the good ones. It's really nice to have good tools, especially maybe you're going to start doing more woodworking or projects around the house now that you're not working. So invest in some good tools for yourself. The next category is transportation, and my wife left me here alone at the house for the past 4 days. She went to go visit her parents for her dad's birthday, so I'm left here alone with no car. So I thought I'd get in the old Gorilla Cart here and talk about transportation. And the first one obviously is a good, reliable car that gets good fuel efficiency. Maybe you don't need a big pickup truck anymore, or maybe you're not commuting back and forth, or you don't need a fancy car to impress clients now that you're retired. So maybe investing into a fuel efficient, smaller car might be a good retirement vehicle for you to get. And maybe look at getting AAA or some kind of roadside assistance just in case there's a problem. You have the peace of mind that you can just pick up the phone and call and someone will come and rescue you. The next one is a good dash cam. As we get older, we might be more prone to have accidents, and maybe it's our fault, maybe it's not our fault. Either way, you have the dash cam evidence to prove it, and it could get you a discount on your insurance as well. Get a portable tire inflator, and also maybe get the power bank also. I think they come in one machine where you can jump your battery, it has a flashlight, and you can also inflate the tires. That's a really good one. My mom has been having trouble with her car battery dying lately, as well as her riding lawnmower battery just died, and she has to keep calling the neighbor to come over. She calls it his magic box. So get yourself a magic box and keep it in your car to be good to have. And keeping an emergency kit in your car as well, with jumper cables if you don't have the magic box, and also maybe like some reflectors or a cone, things that if you do get, if your car dies on the side of the road, you have some emergency kit there as well. And get a car sunshade protector. I don't know why everybody doesn't have one of these. We live in Florida. When we're in the US, we don't have one here because we have a rental car, but it makes your car a lot cooler. It protects your car. Get one of those sunshade protectors, put it in your windshield, and put the reflective side out. It keeps your car a lot cooler. You can also turn it around, put the black part in the window if you live in a cold place like Montana where I used to live, and then that heats the car up on the inside even more. It'll attract more sunlight into the car. So cold or hot, they're good for your car. You might not have thought of this one as an older person, but an e-bike or an electric bike or a scooter, an e-scooter, especially if you live in a town or city, might be a fun way for you to zip around, and you can cover a little bit more ground if you're getting a little bit slower in your old age. So maybe try one out. A lot of cities have the ones where you can pay with your phone. Try one of those little scooters out and see if you like it. They're fun to zip around on. And if you're not into that, be sure you have comfortable walking shoes. Get good shoes, get good arch support. I've actually been buying, just off of the internet, the arch supports. Also, I've been having a little bit of problem with what's it called when your foot, not tendinitis, I forget the name of it, when the muscle on the bottom of your foot hurts. And so I've been using arch supports in my shoes. So get good shoes. And the last one for transportation, if you live in a city, look at getting a bus pass or using public transportation a little bit more. I know in the US, at least, there's kind of a stigma around that. But try out the public transportation. We have a bus that goes up and down the beach in Panama City Beach that I've wanted to try, and I've never done it. But maybe look into that. My creativity knows no bounds today. The next category is travel and leisure. So I'm in the hammock. I'm crushing it with this video, huh? But give me a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done that with all this extra backdrops I'm doing for y'all today. So the first one, if you're gonna travel more in retirement, get good luggage. Get the ones with the wheels that spin all the way around, and get maybe a hard case. We pretty much just travel with carry-on luggage, so get yourself a really good carry-on bag. I have a metal one. I'll put a link to it down below. It's expensive and it's a little bit heavy, but it's really good. I can put my drone, my camera, and things in there. I don't have to worry about them. So invest in some good luggage for yourself. The second one is get travel insurance. That's what we're using for insurance while we're here in Spain. It's covering us for, you can get it for up to a year, I believe. But look into getting travel insurance. It's pretty inexpensive. My wife and I are paying $60 a piece for travel insurance while we're here in Spain. Even if you're just going for a short trip, you can get the travel insurance just in case something happens. It's nice to know you have it, and it's affordable. Get you the TSA approved toiletry pack. It just makes going through the check-in line a lot easier. And if you want to make it even easier, get yourself the TSA pre-check, or we have global entry. You know, you don't have to go stand in the regular line. You don't have to take your shoes off. You don't have to take your laptop out of your bag. You just put everything through, and it's very quick and easy. And sometimes the line is way shorter. Like whenever we're in Puerto Rico, the regular line is super long, and there's usually 0 people in the TSA pre-check line. Also, if you travel a lot, get the priority pass so you can go to the lounges in the airport. I don't know how we ever lived without it. You get free cocktails, free food, as much as you want. You can be there for 3 or 4 hours, and it's in most major airports. I'm gonna put a link down to my credit card, and you get it for free with that. The credit card costs, I think, $400 or $500 a year, but they immediately give you $350 back in travel vouchers. And once you get that priority pass, I'm telling you, you're gonna wonder how you ever traveled without it. Also, get a small compactable backpack that fits in your luggage. I always check a bag, and then I have my backpack, but then I put with my laptop and things in my backpack, but then I have another backpack that squinches up like super small. That's nice to take just for day trips when you're going on a day trip around somewhere. I don't want my whole big bulky laptop bag. I just want a nice little backpack to take a bottle of water, some sunscreen, a map, or whatever you need, and just a few things for the day. Some sandwiches, some snacks. Invest in some noise canceling headphones, whether they're earbuds or the big ones. For flying, they're great. For when your wife is telling you to mow the yard for the 500th time. I'm just kidding. But for traveling, the noise canceling headphones are really good. You don't hear the noise of the plane or the crying babies and all the things. You can just listen to your music or your movie or whatever, and let the outside world disappear. And get you like a little Kindle or an e-reader. My wife just got the new one. It's only like this big, maybe this big. I don't know. It's pretty small. If you're into reading books and things, that's a great way. You can put 30 books on there, and then you can just take your little Kindle e-reader with you. Get like an external power bank just in case when you're traveling, especially if you're a YouTuber or something, or you need your phone to use for GPS. A lot of times we don't pay attention, our battery dies. I always have a little extra power bank that I carry with me. Also, be sure you have any of the adapters you need for whatever country you're going to. They make some adapters that cover multiple countries if you want to be a slow traveler or a fast traveler or whatever. But be sure you've got all those external adapters also. And the last one for the leisure and travel is, depending on your age, you might get a discount, but even if you don't get a discount, get the National Park Pass. It's pretty affordable, and it takes out the excuse of how expensive it is to get into parks now. And once you get the National Park Pass, it actually makes you want to go see more national parks because you want to get your money's worth. So go buy that National Park Pass, and it might make you just get out of the house and go travel to see some more parks. Okay, the next category is not as much fun. It's finance and legal. I thought I should go sit at the kitchen table, but I didn't want you to feel like you're getting a talking to, so I'm gonna stay out here in the nice shady area. The first one, get a safe to put your important documents in, or get a safety deposit box at the bank. You know, as we get our mortgages paid off and as we get more wills and things put together, you need somewhere to put all those important documents, get your passwords and all your codes for your family members, put all your important documents together and put them in a safe, a fireproof safe, or get a safety deposit box so that it's easy if somebody else needs to get in there and get all your documents. They're all together in one place. And think about getting the ID theft protection, like LifeLock or one of those types of things. As we get older, we get more susceptible to scams. A couple of years ago, my wife fell for 2 of them in a row, and she's way younger than me. But my mom calls me all the time asking if this email for real is from PayPal. And I'm like, Mom, do you ever use PayPal? She's like, well, no, but it looks really serious. So as we get older, we get a little bit more susceptible to these things. So you can get an identity theft protection. You can also lock your credit score. All 3 of your credit bureaus, you might want to just lock those so nobody can get into your credit. I don't think the title lock one for your house, I don't know if that's a real thing or not. I think that'd be pretty hard to steal your title to your house. But think about the theft protection and think about the locking your you can do that for free. You can lock your credit. Think about getting some financial planning, or get some software, or at least talk to ChatGPT. ChatGPT can do a lot of things. And if you're not comfortable with that, and it's probably good to get some tax advice and things as you transition into retirement. So you might want to talk to a financial planner. Find a fee-based one, not one that's going to make commissions. And that's way better. Get a durable power of attorney, just in case something happens to one or the other of you. It's always good to have a power of attorney in place. Update those wills and trusts, my friends. They get outdated. I did a will like 4 years ago, and I never got it signed and notarized. So some of this advice is for me also, as I was pondering all these things we need to do. So get your wills done, and if you have any trusts you want to set up, get that done as well. I don't know, long-term care insurance. A lot of people worry a lot about long-term care. It's one of the main reasons people work way too long. It's probably pretty expensive the older you get, but you could look into that if you feel like it's going to make you feel more comfortable as you go into retirement. Consider prepaying for your funeral if you want to have a funeral, or think about what you want to have done, like put it all into your will or whatever so that your family member doesn't have to deal with all those things. Get your not your NDA, your DNA or do not resuscitate, your DNR, sorry. Get your do not resuscitate if you want that. Put all of your medical wishes together, put them in writing so people don't have to make those decisions for you later on, and get that all put with all of your other important documents and put it in your safe or safety deposit box. And do a review of all your investment accounts. And if you're not going to see a financial planner, go through, maybe you need to reallocate funds somewhere, maybe you have too many bonds or not enough bonds and too many high risk stocks. So at least do an evaluation and maybe make your portfolio a little bit safer as we get older and we transition out of work. And I want to go more into bonds or some other safer type of investment, like maybe not be 100% in crypto when you retire. This is not financial advice. I'm just a dude on the internet. The next one is health and wellness. So these are things to keep you healthy as we go into retirement. And the first one is, these things have gotten pretty cheap these days. You might want to look at getting yourself a blood pressure monitor, especially if you think you have high blood pressure, things you can monitor at home. Keep an eye on it, and that could save you from having a heart attack. So and it makes you, I think it also makes you just want to be healthier when you track these things. Same thing, if get a glucose monitor, if you think you're diabetic or pre-diabetic, you might want to monitor your glucose at home as well. If you're a person who's starting to get more prescriptions, you might want to look at getting one of those big ass pill organizers. My dad had one and he used to spend 20 minutes in the morning every day organizing his pills. And we used to make fun of him because he used to make fun of his grandma for doing it. But it might be time to look at one of those or just get healthier and get off all those pills. A health tracking smartwatch also might be a good thing if you are, they tell you when to stand up. You can see how far you've walked and see how many steps you've gotten in. My phone does some of that, but some of the smartwatches have some extra, they can do some of the heart monitoring as well. So maybe look at getting you a new smartwatch. If you don't have these already, get prescription sunglasses. I've always had prescription sunglasses. I wear them all the time. And one of my friends always makes fun of me because he sees me in the store all the time. And he says, oh, there's the cool guy with the sunglasses in the store. And I'm like, dude, they're prescriptions, so I could read the signs in the grocery store. But anyway, prescription sunglasses, so you're not always changing your glasses back and forth. And you can actually see at great distances with them. If you're having a hard time with your hearing, also, you might want to look into getting hearing aids before you retire, because they're pretty expensive. And like, if you don't know how much they cost, like my dad had them, and they're super expensive, so look into that. Get you a yoga mat and get some home gym equipment. If you don't want to go join a gym, do this. You don't have to do yoga, but you might want to get down on the floor and do some stretching. As we get older, stretching our bones and our joints and our ligaments is very important. And get you some weights. We need to do some strength training as we get a little bit older too. You might want to get one of those scales that has biometrics in it. They give you a lot of information as well, and you can track the pooch on your scale, then see when things are getting a little bit out of control. And even consider the gym membership if you are so inclined. They have a lot more stuff you can do at the gym, and they have classes and things you can take as well that might be better for you, and you get a little social activity that way as well. Learning and growth is the next category. This one can be fun. Just because you're retired doesn't mean that your life is over. You can still learn new skills, you can still learn new things. So the first one is look at taking a class in master class or one of these things. The commercials look really interesting. I've never taken any classes on there. Or if you always wanted to learn how to do pottery, take a pottery class or a painting class and just take some classes, learn some new skills. Keep that brain going. Maybe subscribe to an audio book subscription so you can get those audio books downloaded right onto your new tablet or Kindle that I told you about earlier. And then you can buy things you can read to learn, or just read about 50 Shades of Grey, whatever you're into. But again, keeps that mind going. If you got that, you might want to look into getting into a book club. More social activity, more interaction, make new friends. As we get into retirement, we sort of lose our work friends and things, so that's a good way to get, if you're into books, find a book club. And spend some money on a hobby if you have a hobby, if it's fishing or woodworking or whatever it is. Spend some money, buy some new tools or toys and things so that you spend more time doing it, because you're going to want to get out and use that new fly rod or use that new lathe. If you've got it, you'll use it. Same thing if you're into musical instruments, get you a new guitar, or if you always want to learn to play the piano, get you an electric keyboard or something so you can plink around and start getting into some music. Another one you might find fun is get a journal, start journaling, or some kind of a guided daily like meditation book. And you know, journaling and doing those things might help your brain as well. You can also get a big book of those memory games, Sudokus, word finds, all those things. I think my parents did a Sudoku every day, but I think when you do the same thing every day, I think your brain needs a little bit more variety than just doing the same puzzle every day. So get some different types of puzzles and brain teasers also. The next category is hobbies and crafts. I'm gonna go kind of quickly through this because I just kind of came up with a list of hobbies that maybe you want to get into in retirement, like gardening. Get you some gardening tools like my Gorilla Cart and the little knee pads so you can plant flowers and things. If you're into woodworking, get you some woodworking tools if it's something you always wanted to get into. Start buying a few tools and getting into it. Or if you want to buy a sewing machine and make your own clothes or make curtains, or I can sew. I bet you didn't know that about me. I can sew. I've sewed a few things. I like it. Crafting, if you're into crafting, scrapbooking, painting, get you all those kind of arts and supplies. It gets you arts and craft supplies so you can do some more of that. Talked about this one earlier too, fishing. Get you some new fishing gear, a new vest or waders, and get you out there and get in the river a little bit more. Maybe you need a boat. If you do, buy a boat, call me, I'll go fishing with you. Something happens to us after 50, we suddenly become interested in birds. It just recently happened to me. I saw a golden Oreo the other day. It was beautiful. Get you some binoculars or a bird feeder, or use your woodworking tools to make a bird feeder and then watch it with binoculars. Oh, I also saw now they have bird feeders with cameras built into them. A lot of my friends have been getting those lately. Baking is another one. If you're into the kitchen, I told you to get good stuff for the kitchen, but maybe you want to get into baking. Get you some baking supplies and try to bake a cake. That was not for me. My wife likes it, but I don't like baking. Maybe it's time to upgrade your golf clubs, or maybe, like we talked about before, get a bicycle, ride around town, or the e-bike too. Okay, mental and emotional wellness is another category that I came up with. Most of these are just products also, so I'll go kind of quickly through this list as well, as this video is getting quite long. Meditation subscription, you can get these on your phone. They help you meditate. That might be a good one to look at getting. Weighted blankets, some people say weighted blankets help them to sleep better, and that might be a good one if you have problems sleeping. Look at some aromatherapy, make your house smell nice, and just kind of gets us in a better mood all the time. Let's be honest, we're gonna spend a little bit more time with the Netflix and the couch as we retire as well. Get you nice comfy pajamas. Don't just wear your grubby sweatpants and stuff. Your wife doesn't wanna see you in that, and vice versa. So get you some nice pajamas, some nice slippers for the days where you're lounging around the house. Maybe also look at getting a massage chair or just a handheld massage thingy. My wife and I have that, and the back gets a little stiff, and being able to give each other a massage with the nice thing is a nice little plus. Those are cheap too. Maybe get some plants. I don't know if you're a plant person, but get some house plants. I like to put around the house and water the plants and make the plants look nice, or get you a little bonsai tree and clip the little tree and make it look cute, and Mr. Miyagi will be proud of you. So get you some plants in the house. They also make your air better too. Therapy might be something you want to consider too. People can go through depression. When we go through these big life changes, you can have some emotional distress as well, or as your parents are getting older, or you may have lost a parent. I'm just trying to get my mom she just got into a group because my dad just died, so she's going to just to hang out with some other people who have lost a spouse. So those kind of things, support groups or therapy might be something that you can benefit from as well. And maybe get a digital picture frame. You can put your grandkids or your kids or memories or other trips you've gone on, and it just feels nice to see happy things in your house, and the digital pictures will rotate through. They're kind of fun. If you're still with me, wow, congratulations. We're almost done. We're up to number 90. There's 10 things left, I think, on the list. And our 9th category is tech and communication. Even though we're older, like most of us are like Gen Xers, I think, who watch this channel. We're in our 50s and 60s now, probably, or late 40s. So we need to keep up with the tech and the communication. If you're a little bit older also, though, they do have senior-friendly phones that have bigger buttons and bigger screens. You can look at getting those. You might want to upgrade your laptop. I've seen a lot of people say they wish they would have upgraded their laptop before they quit work, just so they could download files and things and get a better version. If you had a crappy internet plan because you were working all the time, you might want to look at upgrading that, because now maybe you're going to be streaming movies or video games or whatever it is you're into. So check out you have good internet. If you're not used to doing Zoom or Skype calls, maybe you're used to doing Zoom meetings at work, but maybe look at doing it for calling the grandkids and keeping up with family members. Especially if you're traveling, it's nice to be able to do a video call and show people where you are and show people what your Airbnb looks like, that kind of thing. External hard drives. I have external hard drives for all my pictures and videos. I keep all my personal stuff upgraded in the cloud, uploaded in the cloud. I have extra cloud storage space, but I do have extra external storage that I use for a lot of my YouTube stuff as well. Password manager might be something that you need if you have a lot of subscriptions and things, and go through those subscriptions as the last one and see which subscriptions you're not using. And maybe it's time to get a couple new ones. Maybe you just have Netflix, maybe you get Hulu or whatever, because like I say, you're going to be home a little bit more. I try to tell people not to just stay on the couch in your retirement, but the truth is we are going to watch a little more TV the older that we get. So spoil yourself, get 2 video streaming services. So that's it. That's my list of 100 things that you might want to think about getting into retirement, early retirement, right before you retire. Let me know if I missed any. I don't think I could have missed too much, but I'm sure I missed something. Let me know if you have any good ones down there in the description or in the comments, because people can learn from the comments as well. Thank you for watching. Give me the thumbs up. And if you're nervous to retire, go watch this video and I'll tell you why you shouldn't be so scared to retire.